Hey there, your old pal Joe D here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can quickly improve your credit score. What are some tips on that front? In my experience, the quickest way for you to improve your credit score is to pay down your credit cards. Um, Credit card utilization ratio is one of the most significant factors in your credit score. And what that means is, say you have four credit cards and the sum total of the available credit is $20,000. If you have used $18,000 of that credit, you are using 90%, credit utilization ratio. You don't want to ever be that high. Being that high it affects your credit score negatively in a significant way. You want to have your utilization always be, if you can, 25% or lower. Now, you might be saying, Joe, well, I have credit card debts because I don't have money to pay them off, so that's a silly tip. And I appreciate that. That is a problem that is difficult to solve. But if you were, say, of the camp, by chance that you had a house and you could get a home equity line of credit to pay off your credit cards, even though you'd be still using another form of debt to pay them off, your credit score would improve greatly because having debt on your credit score from a mortgage instrument, which is a collateralized loan, it actually has an asset behind it that's backing it up. Having utilization from that doesn't affect your score negatively as much as having debt on credit cards themselves. So it's just a really important, probably one of the most significant factors. One of the other most significant factors about a low score is late payments on your credit report. If there's anything you can do to get rid of late payments, I would try. Unfortunately, I found personally they're like next to impossible to get off unless there's like a flagrant error on the part of the bank. But if you genuinely were just late on the payment and you call and sort of just plead your case and do me a favor, I'll never be late again, they're going to be like, sorry, there's nothing I can do. I've even had a hard time getting something off the credit report that was incorrect. It's just a hard process. It requires phone calls and letters and emails, and it's just. So you want to avoid late payments at all costs. Put your card on auto pay, whatever it takes. Do not get late payments. But uh, that's not a quick way to improve your score either. If you can get them off, it's going to take time. The quickest way is to pay down revolving credit card debt, for sure. The other thing you can do, and this is takes a little bit longer, is if you have a lot of credit card utilization and you have no way to pay that down, you could approach it from the other side, which is add more credit. I know this sounds crazy, like, Joe, you're telling me to go apply for more credit cards over here to improve my credit score? And the answer is yes. If you go back to our $20,000 available credit with $18,000 of utilization, if you can expand your available credit to $40,000, now your utilization has come down below 50%. That will improve your credit score over time. Problem is, when you go apply for the credit, you will get dinged with a credit application, which will in the short term hurt your score a little bit, but in the long term, having the extra credit will reduce that utilization rate and improve your score. The problem here is if you tend to be someone who racks up credit card debt and you have more available credit to use, can you, exercise the self-control to not go use that new credit? Because that's a lose-lose right there. You don't improve your score and now you're in more debt. So, but it is a tactic, and I will end with, don't ever close any credit card accounts, because when you do that, you reduce your available revolving credit. And if you have anything out on the remaining cards you have, you've now increased your utilization ratio. And if you happen to decide to go Also, cancel a card just because you're cleaning house, you want to reduce your available credit, and it happens to be your oldest credit card, that will change your credit history length, which is another major factor in keeping your score low, having a short credit history. So you got a credit card in college, it has $500 limit on it, whatever, keep that thing, just don't use it. Hopefully it doesn't have an annual payment. Maybe you got to make a charge on it like every couple of years, or you'll close it. But you want to maintain as long of a credit history as you can always, and high available credit for sure. So those are some tips. Hope that is helpful, and I will see you in the next video.